What's going on, guys? This is Evan, the Xenogears enthusiast. I'm going to be bringing you a couple gameplays with the G11 using the low-powered scope. I had a couple private messages request this because apparently they have trouble aiming with the, I don't know, the weird reticle. I've never actually used the G11 prior to this, or I have, but only with the irons, never with the weird scope outside of single player. So we're going to give it a whirl here. I'm going to post the gameplays. I'm going to commentate them. I should give a shout out. I am playing with my buddy Flesh Mechanic, who did a guest commentary months ago. He hasn't really been playing Black Ops much at all. He took a break with me, and then he never really got back into it like I did. But I'm going to go ahead and do a shout out to him. Good to see him playing again. I don't know how much he and I will stick with this, but, you know, we're still here. Moving away from the Pythons a little bit, I'm starting to want a little more range on my secondary. That's why you're going to see me using the CZ75s. I just broke my golden rule there. Try to jump into a little firefight there. I want to throw this out there. I have a lot of G11 gameplays recorded, all of which are me with like 20 plus kills in TDM, so this weapon's fantastic. It's everything I want the M16 to be, but not really. What I mean is, I think the M16 is way cooler, and the M16, I don't know, feels more fair. This thing is what makes Burst able to compete with the FAMAS at long range. Close range, you're still gimped, and you can't silence it. There's just a lot of negatives to using it, but all in all, I'm really satisfied with this thing. The hip fire on this is way better than the M16. The rate of fire is way higher. It seems more accurate from the hip. It's just more maneuverable. You'll see that as I get in some engagements. This game starts a little rough. I get knifed a lot. And I'm running the spy plane, counter spy plane, Blackbird from now on, sort of in a effort to. And I swear I pushed knife there, just so you guys know. This is recorded live, not in theater mode, thankfully, so you guys actually see what's going on. Yeah, I'm running the spy plane, counter spy plane, Blackbird to try to kind of help my team out. You know, I want to be a team player now. I don't want to use the big kill streaks anymore, like the chopper gunners and the dogs, and those are all good, and I can get them. I have a couple gameplays recorded where I get the gunship and it gets shot down pretty quick. But the point is, and I walk right into that grenade like an idiot. The reason I'm moving away from them is I feel like it kind of pads my score at the end. Like, you know, if I kill the chopper gunner and get 12 or 13 kills out of it, you know, their whole team kind of goes into ultra defensive. I don't know, it's just not enjoyable. I prefer to get my kills with my guns and then use the kill streaks for like flashy stuff. Like a big favorite of mine is, of course, the Rolling Thunder, which my boy Flesh Mechanic got one of this game out of a care package, and the last game he got one out of a care package. So I don't know, that was kind of interesting. This is a long video, you'll notice. This is 14 minutes, so I'm just going to have to keep talking. I don't want to do a whole bunch of takes and edits. I had a lot of fun playing these, and this is kind of put a lot of joy back in the game for me, playing with some friends and having some good games. And you know, I'm going to talk about a lot of things here. I guess I should just digress and talk about the state of the channel real quick. We're playing Black Ops again, and until someone gives me another game that might be worth checking out, I'm just going to keep playing this. My passion is still RPGs and stuff like that, but I don't think anyone really wants me to run around on RPGs or watch me jump on Xenogears and dominate that whole game. It's just not fun to watch, and this is the thing people relate to, this thing people want to watch. Did the Homefront commentaries, and I just got a lot of comments like, Guy, you know, we're interested, we like the new stuff you're doing, but kind of would like to see you go back to the Black Ops, and as long as I've got people like Flesh playing with me, I think that's doable. I want to take a minute to apologize to a lot of you. A lot of people sent me friend invites, I've accepted all of them. And a lot of other people sent me game invites and stuff, and as always, I never accept them. I'm too busy to accept game invites, so right now, you just go ahead and don't invite me to games, guys. I'll do a commentary, and I'll even label it in the title when I'm ready to start playing with, you know, my subscribers again. And not to sound rude, I would love to play with you guys, but I just don't have time. I don't want to jump on there with you guys if I just have to go a couple minutes later. I'd rather just not mess with the whole thing. I'm using Sleight of Hand Pro here. I think Hardened was what I was using on another game. They're both fine. I really think you're going to run them as any perk setup with this thing. Using the G11 is just like using the M16, only the difference is, well, frankly, it shoots better, so it's more forgiving for mistakes. I don't have as much, I don't have as much long-range one-shot burst, but because I'm playing crappy connections anyway, I never get one burst in the M16 anyway. The reason burst, no one uses it as much in this game, is it's not bad, I promise. It's just, it doesn't compete with, you know, the top-tier weapons like the FAMAS, and more importantly, Black Ops has interesting issues with hit detection and lag. It's not very forgiving with burst weapons because you have to lead your shots to get all 3 bullets to hit, and when you're only getting 1 or 2 bursts, it's not, it's not that exciting. And I've had to take 3 or 4 bursts, and I punched that little pause there. I just had gold stars, so I don't feel that great. I'm trying not to be as campy as I used to be, especially not with this weapon, where I can just kind of really post good scores with a minimal amount of effort. If you guys just really want to get some good games, chopper guns or stuff, and you only have trouble, I think this weapon is for you. You got to give it maybe 10 games with the irons, and then 10 games with this, and by the time you're done, you're just going to feel how great this thing is. There's not a lot to using it. I guess the big perks about this weapon, I was digress again, I was thinking about doing sort of a series on how to use all the guns. I know it's been done before, but I don't think anyone's ever actually completed it. And if they have, let me know. But I question how useful that would be, because a lot of it's feel. Like, it's a shooter. You point and shoot your weapons. I'll give you tips for certain weapons, but overall I don't think I can make a video series out of it that was worth anything. That's the end of the match on Stadium. That game-winning kill there is a nice headshot. I enjoyed that quite a bit. But I will say what I know about the G11 just from the 10 or so games I've played it after this one and some others. The irons are probably better than the scope, unless you really want to spend the whole match trying to maximize your range. I like to kind of take it up close, but either's fine. It's not so specific that you can't get away with using either. Preference: most people are uncomfortable with the weird scope. I clearly like it. Do whatever. The next thing is the hip fire. You have to trust it. It's way better than the M16. Start backing up and just start jamming the fire button. People will die. I mean, I feel like it's stronger close range than probably a lot of the ARs other ARs if you do it right. I mean, FAMAS and AUG and some of the highlighted close range AK-21 from the LMG, surprisingly. Some weapons just have really good close combat hip fire sprays, but I don't know. This is look how big this clip is, guys. Yeah, the G11 backup. I'm really enamored with this gun. I never used it for prestigious because people said it was cheap, and I don't want to be guys using cheap weapons, but as you guys know, my new philosophy on Black Ops, just do what I want. Sometimes that involves using terrible weapons like the M14. I like the lag in this game. And sometimes it, has me using weapons like the, the FAMAS. It just depends on my mood. Silenced, unsilenced, you get the idea. Kowloon is a fantastic map. I think I've alluded to in another video. I love this map. I like the fact that it's a little harder to camp compared to, say, Berlin Wall, which I think is a piece of crap. And, I like all the new map packs, except Berlin Wall. But I think this is like the only spot I found on the map where I can really hold it down. But even then I can get flanked from the side here. And I'm fortunate that Flesh is running spy planes, I'm running spy planes. I think someone else on my team is running spy planes, so it's just a spy plane frenzy, not a lot of ghosts. I think this is a key to getting good scores if you're trying to post gameplays and stuff. And I'm not necessarily, I might even post some bad scores here in the future. I think that if you have a bunch of people running spy plane and the entire enemy team isn't in ghost, it's so easy to post enormous and overpowering scores. Like, if you ever get a team of friends and they're doing this to you, you have to switch to ghost, or you have to get SAM turrets. You have to do something. Because, I mean, I'm running counter spy plane. I was trying to get Flesh to do it, but he just prestige. He doesn't have the cash to do it. But once he does, I think we're going to both be running spy plane and counter spy plane, and that's devastating if you don't shoot those down. I'm using the attack helicopter, trying to get the contract for it, which was posted today of these videos. Yeah, so all in all, the G11's fantastic. You get a lot of excess ammo, it fires so fast, it's forgiving. The M16, when you miss, it's not very forgiving, because it's going to be a long delay. This thing is really forgiving in that it fires so fast that if you miss a couple times, it really doesn't matter. It's almost like using a full auto burst. It's very unique, you have to really try to appreciate it. Give the variable scope a try. I know it's a little outside of most people's comfort zone, but it'll grow on you, I swear. Wow, this is just so unfocused. I'm just so excited about this game, guys. Not to sound so lame, but I haven't had this kind of fun on Blocks for a long time. So, just some comments about the First Strike map packs. Guys, I can't talk. First Strike map packs. I am so sick of playing Stadium. Guys, it's a great map. I like it. I do. I'd love to play it, but Man, Flesh and I, we even played it like 5 times in a row. It was ridiculous. We played it twice, then we randomed it and played it another times 4. We got a match on Kowloon, I think. Then it was back to Stadium when I jumped off. So I think it's like kind of like Newtown. They're kind of fun to play, even if they are poor design. This isn't poor design, but neither is Stadium. But certain maps, poor design, whatever, they can be fun to play, so people play them a lot. Plus, on Newtown, people can get their their contracts done. It's just such a sausage fest all the time. Makes it easy to get your contracts done. But sometimes I like to play a little variety. Like I don't get to play Discovery much on here, and I think Discovery is the hardest of the maps to play. With Kowloon, I think if you want to play easy mode, you just kind of rush around since it's hard for anybody to hold a position for long periods of time. Yeah, I can't emphasize enough how overpowered I think this weapon is. Maybe at the quote-unquote MLG Pro level, or I don't think there is MLG for this game anymore, but you get the idea. You know, wherever it's quote-unquote pro, sure, it's probably balanced, but it's definitely one of the top 5 assault rifles in my opinion. A lot of people, I don't think, give it a good shot because it's burst, and they just get the full auto, the full moss, and that's all fine, but no, you got to give this thing a chance to really appreciate it. Oh, man, that gold star's not settling all that well. Also, with the hit detection, have you guys had the experience where you'll scope up on a guy and start firing, and he's camping, he's not moving, and you're just sinking round after round, you're getting hit markers, but he just won't drop? That's the weirdest thing for me. I burn exorbitant amounts of ammo because he just can't accept he's already dead. Until he finally drops, and I have like 2 clips down. I don't know. Next Prestige, we're going back to Warlord. I'm going to start trying to rack in a little more experience, and to do that, I need to Warlord some stuff, so tell me a class you think would be really cool with Warlord. I'm willing to experiment. Keep in mind there's a lot of Warlord restrictions now, like no under barrels with anything, and which is really unfortunate because Ghost is so good, and well, Ghost isn't in perk slot too, but Sleight of Hand and Hardline are so good. They could let me have an under barrel, especially in this game. The under barrels aren't so overpowering. I kind of want to do an M16 class with like steady aim and master key, which I did first or second Prestige. It was pretty cool, but I don't think I'm gonna do that again. After using the G11, I don't think I can use the M16. I mean, the M16 is still my favorite weapon, but it's just not nearly as forgiving as this thing. An observation about this game, one of the reasons I kind of gave it up, and I'm remembering that now, is the motion sensor is stupid. It forces everyone to be running around with hacker or just be easy kills. Like, there's nothing these guys can do if they're on my motion sensor. I'm not a bad enough player that if I know they're coming, I'll lose every now and again, but as a rule, they're just going to feed into my, and this is a complete fail here. That guy was on my map and he still got me. Yeah, you guys don't have to use Sleight of Hand with this, though. I know I'm using this, but I used Hardline for a lot of, not Hardline, Hardened for a lot of, I'm trying to get Hardened Pro before I Prestige. I'm like level 45. Look at that hipfire. That hipfire's great. But I think you guys need to tell me what you guys are interested in. Those of you who are still watching, or anybody who's new. I'm really finding some passion for this again. That's not to say I'm going to have a lot more videos up at a time. It just means that I've got some energy and I've got some vibrance. So tell me if you guys want some sort of strategy. I've got strategies. I've got some search and destroy strategies that I posted and kind of gave up. But that was this little search and destroy series that a lot of people said helped them. I can do a weapons series. I can really do anything. I can just talk. I'll maybe do some philosophy. I talked about some philosophy in some old ones. I had a lot more philosophy. I was reading philosophy. But anyway, we're getting near the end of the video, and about a minute to go here. And I had to thank any of those who do watch this. Thank you so much for watching it. I'm trying to respond to all the comments I get on my channel. See, there's one of those ones I just can't seem to get the shot on. I'm trying to respond to all comments and encourage dialogue. I see a lot of people are trying to, not a lot, but I still see some people griefing me on the channel. I have decided I'm not going to delete comments unless they're just offensive to the greater whole. If it is offensive to me, I'm going to kind of ignore it. I'm at the point now in this game where it's all fun. Shout out to Wings of Redemption, not that he watches these, but I watched his channel the other day, and I still really like his content. So, final score there is 20-1. Plenty good. In Team Deathmatch, there should be no complaints about camping or whatever. Your KDR is the most important thing in Team Deathmatch, especially when I'm running kill streaks that aid the team anyway. So it's good that I can build them. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.